How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. Even though we had a lot of volatility inside of the market, this stock held itself up very well. If you guys remember from my previous video, I just wanted us to hold up at least $3 or $3.16. And we were able to actually close above that. So what does this mean? The bull run can still continue, but you want to pay attention to what's happening inside of the market as a whole. Facebook did end up releasing their earnings. This is not great for the tech sector, so I want to make sure when I put this video together, you guys are prepared for tomorrow. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performed. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.38, being down 3.43%. On the low, it tested $3.27, and then on the high, testing $3.51. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 25.056 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 50.661 million shares. So you can see we definitely had well below the average in regards to volume, but as far as for the conditions we had inside of the market, BBIG did fairly well. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 52.40, so almost right there in the middle. And then when we take a look now at our moving averages, we are below the 100-day, the 200-day, but we are above the 50-day and as well as the 21-day EMA. And like I was saying in the previous video, one of the areas that I wanted to see BBIG close above was around $3.16. And we closed at $3.38. So again, this still keeps us in the game for that next move up. And if you are realizing it is looking bullish because we have been forming higher lows for the past 3 trading days. This is exactly the pattern that you want to look out for. So as far as resistance, we know 350 is a strong area. So what we need to do is get past this 350 level and then make that move to see what we do when we start visiting around 390. I also did mention that previously as well. And then passing 390, that's where I want to see us get to test right to that 200-day and be able to gain more momentum from there. I also think it would bring a lot more demand, a lot more traders who want to come into the play as well. If we end up seeing weakness inside of the market, Facebook did release some underwhelming earnings and so forth, then at least if we pull back, I want to see us hold up above $3. That is not too much to ask, but again, we did hold up $3.27 on the day, so even if we held up around 310, that's not too bad either. I know it would break the pattern, but we have to take into consideration the market conditions and not be naive of that. But again, I'm bullish on BBIG. Let's see that move to $4 soon. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for BBIG. Scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So we can see for the February the 2nd filings, we have Sage Mountain Advisors LLC that purchased 10,000 shares. And for the first, we have Platform Technology Partners that purchased 10,000 shares. And then we also have Invesco Pure Beta MSCI USA Small Cap ETF that purchased 758 shares. So now when we take a look at the short interest The dark pool short volume ratio is at 37.45%, and then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 13.24 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 15,000, updated 4 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 126.73%. Taking a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 31st, it's at 50.29. And then for the close of the 1st of February, which was yesterday, being at 37.45. So that is a significant decrease right there. But one thing that remains the same, BBIG does continue to have short squeeze potential, especially taking a look at that short borrow fee, and it does fulfill the criteria of being 21% or higher for the short volume. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution.
Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we see here on the inflow, it's at 15.16, and then on the outflow, it's at 18.48. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 0.22. On the medium, it was 11.64. And then on the small, it was 3.30. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large, it was 0.41. Then on the medium, it was 13.49. And then on the small, it was 4.58. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for February the 2nd, which is today, we ended up having that outflow of negative 193,000. Now, when we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, it represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 18.48%. So this is a great sign for BBIG. What this tells us, there are many who are inside of this play who are holding on to their positions. Yes, we still do have a lot of traders that are going in and out and so forth, but we have seen this being as high in the 200% range, and seeing it go all the way down is great. So you want to make sure, if you are inside of this play, that you're doing your homework, you're doing your due diligence, and you're realizing the success this stock is having. So now let's move on to the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG in regards to the price action, remember when I was talking about in my previous videos, we just want to see the stock hold up $3, $3.16, and some other videos previously I was saying we want to see it get above $3.38. No strange surprise that it closed at $3.38. This is why you guys have to pay attention when you are watching my videos. It is not financial advice, it's just to help you with your homework and as well as your due diligence. So you guys know what I'm about to say next. We need to get above $3.50. Getting above $3.50 is great, because then we can look forward to seeing that move where we already tested around $3.60, but we need to get to $3.90. Then getting above $3.90, then I want us to get to the 200-day. That'll put us right back into that $4 range. That is what we're looking for. If we see weakness inside of the market, or if we end up having a pullback, like I said, as long as we stay above $3 or $3.16, we are still good. Also, going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. And when we take a look at the short borrow fee, that is still well over 100%. Again, this is why you need to make sure, if you're jumping into this play, that you're looking at your entries correctly and you know what your exits are going to be. It's been providing a lot of opportunities for traders, and we also have to take into consideration of the fact, considering how small and mid-cap stocks were getting beat up today, it held up very well. I know I saw a message on the previous video, somebody was saying, what happened? What's going on? Why isn't it moving? At the end of the day, things are still looking good. If you're inside of the play and you're worried or you're concerned or you're nervous and so forth, then just get out of the play. We have to understand, this is not like 2020 and 2021. The market conditions are different for 2022, and you need to adjust and have patience. And if you don't have patience, then you need to find a play that'll leave you more satisfied. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how the stock performs going into tomorrow.